All right, so you're ready to kind of take your Spanish to a whole new level? We're going deep on verbs today, and this one, it's a little bit tricky, but it's super cool once you get it.
Yeah, DOLER. It means to hurt. And it really shows how Spanish grammar can be so different from English.
So instead of like, my head hurts, it's more like, the head hurts me. That's kind of wild.
Yeah, exactly. It's more like something's acting on you instead of you doing the action. That's where those indirect object pronouns come in.
Indirect object pronouns. Okay, that sounds familiar, vaguely. Can you remind me what those are again?
Think of it as like the to whom or for whom in a sentence. Like, me duele la cabeza, the head hurts me. That's your indirect object pronoun. It's showing you who the pain is affecting.
Okay, so it's not about like, I own this pain. It's about the pain has a target. To hit that target, I need to use me, ti, le, all those pronouns.
Exactly. But the verb itself, it stays pretty consistent in the present tense. You'll mostly be using duele, no matter who is in pain.
So if I stub my toe, like on the way to Spanish class, I'd be like, me duele el dedo del pie.
Perfect. And if you really messed up that toe, you could say, me duele mucho el dedo del pie. My toe hurts a lot. You can add mucho for emphasis.
Ooh, that's pretty useful.
Mm.
And what if it's like both toes? Do I just make dedo plural?
Exactly. Me duelen los dedos del pie. My toes hurt. You add an N to duele and make the noun plural. But it's still the same verb form.
That's easier than I thought. So I just swap out the pronouns and nouns depending on what hurts and if it's plural.
You got it. In the negative form, you just add no before the pronoun. So if your toe is fine, you'd say, no me duele el dedo del pie. My toe doesn't hurt. You see, not so bad.
Okay, I'm feeling a little more confident about explaining my pain in Spanish. But what if I want to ask someone if something hurts? Does it get more complicated then?
Not at all. Asking questions with DOLER, it's really simple. You just take the statement and add a question mark. For example, ¿te duele la cabeza? Does your head hurt?
Really? That's it.
Mhm.
I thought there'd be some weird word order change up or something. So I could also say, a ti te duele la cabeza, to emphasize who I'm asking.
Exactly. Adding a T, that puts a little more emphasis on the person, but both are correct.
Okay, this verb is growing on me. I'm seeing how these little grammar things can help you express yourself more clearly. But, our source mentioned something about a conjugated form of DOLER. What's that about?
Ah, yeah, DOLER can be conjugated like a regular verb, and that's where it gets really interesting. It kind of shifts the meaning a little. Like the example from the source, el insulto personal duele. The personal insult hurts.
So it's not about a specific body part hurting, but more like insults in general can cause pain.
Precisely. It's less about physical pain, more about the concept of insults hurting. This is where you see how language reflects the way we think about things.
Okay, that's blowing my mind a little bit. I'm seeing DOLER as more than just grammar. It's like how Spanish speakers think about things. But wait, there's more to this verb, right? How do I use it for different body parts?
You're right. We've only just started. Let's go through some more examples.
So we got the basics of DOLER, the pronouns in singular and plural, even how to ask questions.
Yeah.
But I'm guessing there's like tons of ways to use this, right? Like, what if I'm traveling and need to explain what's hurting?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Like, let's say you're at Machu Picchu, checking out those ruins, and you twist your ankle. You could say, me duele el tobillo.
Right, my ankle hurts. And if the altitude's getting to me, I'd say, me duele la cabeza.
Exactly. And if all that walking makes your legs ache, you'd be like, me duelen las piernas.
This is starting to feel less like grammar and more like, a travel phrase book. What if I eat too many tapas, though?
Ah, yeah. You could hold your stomach and say, me duele el estómago.
Very dramatic.
Okay, I think I'm getting it. But what about when the pain isn't so much physical, more like emotional pain? Can you use DOLER for that? That's a really good question. Yeah, I mean, DOLER is mainly for physical pain, but you can use it metaphorically too. Like if someone breaks your heart, you might say, me duele el corazón.
My heart hurts.
Yeah.
That's kind of beautiful. So DOLER can be for deeper feelings, too.
Exactly. That's what's so cool about language. It can express the whole range of human experience.
I'm seeing DOLER in a totally new light now. It's not just grammar rules. It's like how Spanish speakers express pain. But you mentioned before that DOLER can be conjugated like a regular verb. And it changes the meaning. I'm still not quite clear on that.
Yeah, that's where things get really interesting.
So we've talked about a lot with DOLER, twisted ankles, broken hearts, all that. But I'm still thinking about this conjugated form of DOLER.
Right, let's get back to that. Remember that example, el insulto personal duele? The personal insult hurts?
Yeah, that one really stood out. It seems different from me duele la cabeza, My head hurts.
Exactly. In that first one, DOLER is conjugated like a regular verb, so it shifts the focus. It's not so much about a body part.
It's more like insults in general can hurt people, like a statement about insults.
Exactly. It's like saying insults have the power to cause pain. It's subtle, but it's an important difference.
Wow, that's pretty deep. I didn't think we'd get philosophical about a verb that means to hurt. But I guess language shows how we see the world.
It really does. And that's what's so fun about learning new languages. You get all these different perspectives.
Okay, I'm putting master conjugated dollar on my to-do list. It's like a secret code to Spanish.
And remember, it's not just about the grammar, it's about what it means. Like, how does this structure, focusing on the pain itself, affect how Spanish speakers think about pain compared to English speakers?
Whoa, that's a great question. I'm going to be listening for how Spanish speakers talk about pain now. This whole deep dive has been like a window into Spanish culture.
Yeah, that's the cool thing about learning a language. It opens up a whole new world.
Well, I think we really got into all the little details of dollar. It's a little word, but it has a lot of meaning. Do you have any advice for our listeners as they keep learning Spanish?
Just always keep in mind that language is more than just words and rules. It shows culture, it shows thought, it shows human experience. So enjoy the process, keep exploring, and let all the new things you learn keep you excited about learning.
I love that. And to all our listeners out there, keep on exploring the world of language. There's always something new to discover.